Australia live stream watch along. I've had it on all the time. I just had to go off air because I do the United Stand Manchester United fan channel, and typically we had a signing, didn't we? So yes, albeit it was Fred. So yes, had to go and pop and do that. So apologies for ending the stream before. I don't think it's going to happen very often during this World Cup. It was just a one-off, but keeping an eye on it, and it still is 1-1. So thankfully we haven't missed any goals, but it's been end-to-end stuff. And I think Australia, they know even a draw is probably it makes them go to the next game, but a win is what they need. And 20 minutes to go in this game, and very, very exciting. But Australia have been very good, and if Australia hadn't got that penalty, which was a bit contentious, we would all still be saying, "Wow, they deserve a goal in this game. They deserve to be 1-1." So yeah, very, very, very evenly poised game at the moment. Thanks everybody who's tuning back in, and let's see if we can recover some viewers from that. Apologies if you're not a Manchester United fan, because I know this channel is for everybody, but I do the United Stand as well as this, so I had to go and do it. Pankaj, we're fully aware that Fred is done. That's why we stopped doing this stream for a bit, because I had to go and do the video on the United Stand. But come on the Aussies, says Ed Woodward. What time are we on, Mark? We've got... I just need to sort the timer out for you. It is... let me just do it. Yeah, of course, because it happened right in the... It happened right on half-time, didn't it? But Australia have been fantastic in this game, and I do hope that they get a win, because it would just leave the group wide open, and they do, you know, they were really, really unlucky against France not to get something. So I hope they get something today. Doesn't mean, you know, Denmark have been quite good, but oh, that would have been a cracker. How close was that from Moy? We'd have to see that from behind the goal. Gets it on the edge of the box and smashes it. Here we're going to see. Oh, he's a metre away from an absolute humdinger of a goal. Christopher White says Australia have been on the front foot, plenty of chances. Yeah, from what I've been seeing while I've been doing other things, they totally deserve. They're comfortably in this game. They probably deserve to be in front, to be fair. But Denmark have a knack of pulling out results. Let's see if they can do it again. Whew. The Pirate. I didn't go. I had one of them before we went live. I was reacting to Fred to Manchester United. Got a bit of an injury here for Australia. I just wonder whether Australia are going to go for this. Do you think they should go for it, or do you think, you know, do you go gung-ho? In the context of the group, France, Peru, it's hard to say because France kick off at 4 o'clock, but what would happen is Denmark would have 4 points, Australia would have 1 point, Denmark would play France, Australia would need to beat Peru. I think Australia need to win this because you could see France playing out a draw with Denmark, couldn't you? He looks in a lot of trouble, my boot. Looks a little bit like he's dislocated his shoulder, which is a shame. They've got to go for it, says Daniel Rollin. Thanks everybody who's tuned back in for this stream as well, because I did have to end it. So to get 500 people back is fantastic. And please do subscribe to the channel if you're new in the bottom right hand corner. We're doing every World Cup game as a watch along. And it's been a fantastic tournament. It really has. And we've got a cracking set of games today. They gradually get better as well. I think France, Peru are a good team. I really hope Peru can get a result in this tournament because they're a good team. They're an underdog team. They're a dark horse team, but they're a good team. And then tonight we've got Argentina versus Croatia. I got laughed at before. I can't remember who said it. I'm not going to shout them out for it because they might not want to. They might be a bit embarrassed. They might have made a mistake. They might have been a bit of a keyboard warrior. But when I said Argentina are the underdogs tonight, I got laughed at. I don't think people appreciate how bad the Argentinian midfield is and how good Croatia's is. And midfields are where you win games. Argentina need to turn up tonight, though. I've got a funny feeling they might do. But for me, they are underdogs. Got 15 minutes left in this game. It could be an absolutely massive 15 minutes. Isaac, I thought Gary Cahill was a fantastic player. I really did. And he was so good in the air. One of the best players the Premier League's had in the air. Brilliant player in the air. The leap on him. He was good at Millwall as well. I presume we don't really see him in an Australian shirt anymore because he's past it. And that's no doubt true. Denmark on the attack at the moment. I know we've got a few Danes in the live comments. What are your thoughts on your team? What are your thoughts on your team, Denmark? I mean, I'll give you mine. I don't think you've got enough. I don't think you've got enough to make a big impact on the tournament. I think you might be one of those sort of teams that get through the group stage, maybe play the game of your life in the knockout stage and get to the quarterfinals. But I think the quarterfinals would be a massive achievement for this Denmark team. I just don't think they've got enough. Obviously, I don't think Australia have got enough either, but I certainly don't see Denmark going deep into this tournament. I just wonder if we've got any Danes, what you'd like to see. Jay Hart, you'll get a timeout for comments like that. Joking or not. We need a clinical striker like Aguero, says AGX Comps. I don't know who you're talking about, Australia or Denmark. De Pirate says Sweden, unlike Denmark, don't let in foreign talent into the national team youth setup. That's why they're always a big middle side. I myself have been through it, says De Pirate. Oh, I'm interested in that. So they don't... You wouldn't get someone like... is it Situ who plays for Denmark? You wouldn't get a player like that. They're not in... Well, to be honest though, I mean, look at England's team. It's not foreign talent now. It's just immigration, isn't it? It's the way of the world. People move around Europe and they become British citizens. I mean, surely there are people from, I don't know, the Baltics, Africa, Asia, who are, you know, maybe they've moved into Sweden, but they're second, third generation now, so they're Swedish. So why can't they play for Sweden? DJ Dale B says, I think Eriksen's too good for Spurs now and needs to move on. Magnus says, we will win, Mark. Denmark. I do feel like there's going to be a goal. I do feel like it won't finish 1-1. Mohammed says half the German team is Turkish, but the Turkish team is nowhere near Germany standard. AGX Comp says the problem in Scandinavia is that they don't like foreign players with Scandinavian background to the national team. I cannot comment about it, mate. It's just an interesting debate point. Evie Burgess says Mexico seem like a decent shout for Dark Horse. Well, we're all looking forward to seeing Mexico, aren't we? I think they are 4 o'clock on Saturday against South Korea. So let's see what Mexico do when the expectation is on for them to win. Oh, here we go. Australia. Cross. Oh. Decent cross. And it's gone out for a throw-in. But Sistu made the mistake there. Who does he play for, Sistu? Answers on a postcard. The Australian first kit, Fadi Henry, is yellow, but for some reason both teams are in their away kits today. Irvine's coming on for Rogic, so it looks like they're going a bit Route 1 now. They're not going to give Cahill a go, which is a bit... Pankaj says, are England a dark horse? I suppose they probably are, Pankaj. I suppose they... You know what? That's a good point. England probably are a dark horse, because they're certainly not a favourite. Why is Arzani not playing then if he's a real talent? I know he's come on for Cruz, hasn't he? Keep an eye out for number 17 then, Arzani. Let's see what he can do. Jay Hart says red and yellow clash a bit. Well, Spain wear red and yellow. Have we got a goal in this? I think Denmark will be more than happy with the point now. I think Australia know they need the win. It's not all over if they draw. They can conceivably still beat Peru and go through. I just think we would see... That's a corner, ref, surely. Giving a goal kick. Get a life. Get a life. I agree with you, Scott. I thought that was a corner. And sinisterly, I say sceptically, why did they not show us a playback of it? Because it was a corner. Ding ding bing 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 boom 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 in Australia. If you know that song, you're keeping it real. Sistu's just got a booking. I like the look of Lecky. Plays for Hertha Berlin, doesn't he? How old's Lecky? Australia are playing back, passing backwards now. What are they doing? Don't get that. Why didn't they lump the ball on? Let me know in the live comments. Are Australia going to be happy with a point then? Is that what we're saying? Because that free kick was weird. Yeah, I was singing the Manic Street Preachers. I like that song. I think it's on Design for Life, isn't it? You can't beat a bit of motorcycle emptiness, or if you tolerate this, your children will be next. I'll get a bit of the Manics on if Australia win. But they seem to be settling for a draw. Argentina versus Croatia prediction. All I'm going to give you is, I think it's going to be a cracking game. Join me live at 7 o'clock for Argentina versus Croatia. I think it's going to be an absolute cracker. It could be symbolic. It could be the start of something for Argentina in this tournament, or the end. I think it's going to be massive. Because against Iceland, I loved the Iceland performance. But let's be honest, Iceland were very defensive. Croatia won't be so defensive. So will we see Argentina with some freedom play better? Or will we see them with a team that goes at them play worse? A lot of people are saying Croatia are going to win it. Good running there by Sistu, but he's been caught out. I think Australia look like they're playing for a draw to me now. And I don't understand why they'd be happy with that. Denmark look like they're going for the win. There doesn't seem to be any urgency from Australia. Maybe they're just tired. Here's Sistu. Juve have just officially signed Emre Can. That's one of the boringest transfers of the last 3 months as well. It's right up there with Darmian to Juventus, that is. It's been going on for ages. I think Juventus are a little bit like Manchester United, that every transfer deal they do, they leak information like a sieve. So you know the deal's coming months before it actually happens. But yeah, Emre Can to Juventus has been talked about, I think, since like November time. Because he's a free agent, isn't he? Silent Fusion says Australia need the win more. This could be the win for Denmark. Oh, what a rubbish cross that was. Send him home. Manager's not happy with him. Acres of space in the box. Just got to pull it back and crosses it to nowhere. Yeah, I think maybe Australia have run out of steam a bit, but they're on the attack here. Go on, go for the box. Nice little ball wide. Take your time. Take your time. Oh, good save by Schmeichel. That could have been it. He went for goal from the side. He could have passed it. He could have crossed it. He went for goal, Azani, and I don't blame him. Lecky. Oh, good save. volleyed it into the ground, but it was still going to the top corner. Schmeichel gets hold of it. 2 good saves by Schmeichel. He's a good goalkeeper, isn't he, Schmeichel? 2 minutes left. That was the chance, says Scott Boswell. Australia size. To be honest with you, though, Australia, if Peru can do a favour, if Peru can turn up against France and imagine if Peru beat France or at least get a draw, it means that that last game is wide open. The ref is crap, isn't he? He is absolute crap. This referee is awful. He really is. I saw a comment from before about how rubbish he is, and he is rubbish. I think one thing that stood out to me in the last few games is that the last 3 or 4 games have had rubbish referees, and this one is atrocious, isn't he? Keepers? No. Shoots wide. John, Alicia, Remy says Arizona. Sorry, can't read it. Azani, sorry, is pure class. He looks good. He looks good. Matuidi's playing as a left winger for France. We've got 3 minutes added time, so now or never for either team. Can the Aussies do it? From an Australian point of view, if you lose, you're out. So, you know, you're not out. You've given yourselves a chance. Oh, poor ball by Jednak. Oh, I think this is just going to peter out this game. Isaac, I do like Leckie. I mean, I'm not talking like he's a top 4 player, but I think at a club like a Bournemouth or an Everton, I think I'd take a punt on him. I think he might be that sort of standard. Denmark could win this. They've got a corner. Which teams are out the World Cup? At the moment, teams that are out the Cup, Fahima, are Saudi Arabia, Egypt and Morocco. Australia is still in it unless they lose this game and then they're going home. Keeper's got it. We've got a minute left for Australia to do something. Nick Pandragon says Azani is the one. Who's he playing for, Azani, then? I think this is going to end 1-1. Douglas is on about Deschamps is playing Matuidi as a left winger. That's Deschamps for you. You've got attacking talent. Like you leave Martial at home, Koeman at home, Lacazette at home, and you play Matuidi as a left winger. That's the problem with France. They've got a brilliant team You put Arsene Wenger in charge, they do a lot better. Deschamps is just a crap manager. Really, really shit. And Australia are going to run out of time here. It finishes, and I don't think it's the result that either team wanted. It's a good result in some ways for Denmark, but I don't think they're overjoyed with it. From Australia's point of view, they'll feel that they should have got a goal in the second half, but they're not over yet. The big game for Australia, the big game for Denmark now is France-Peru. If France win that game, Peru go home, and then do Denmark and France play out a draw to help each other out? Or can Australia beat Peru and give themselves a chance? In the context of the group, I think we need Peru to at least get a draw. And I think they can do it. I think Peru are a good side. They just need to believe in themselves a little bit and bounce back from that loss to Denmark. But let's wait and let's see what happens. France versus Peru coming up in an hour is our next live stream. And then Argentina versus Croatia tonight, 7 PM UK time kickoff. Don't miss that. 2 more games to come today. That's a good start. That's a good start. And I think that progressively the games are going to get better. France, Peru. Let's see if France can go up a gear. Let's see if Peru can react in an hour. And then Argentina, Croatia. Argentina have got to go up a gear. Let's see what happens. Thanks everyone for watching. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, we're doing a World Cup watch along for every single World Cup game. Absolutely loving the tournament, loving the chat. Really loved the chat about the VAR yet again. I think, you know, you're not going to get this on telly, are you, with your ex-pros? Proper fan debate on That's Football throughout all the World Cup games. Thanks everybody, you're absolutely fantastic. As Lynn Hall says, missed opportunity for both teams, but it's still all to play for. Thanks everyone for watching. If you are a Manchester United fan, get yourself onto the United stand. We've got our reaction video to Fred signing for Manchester United, which was announced 45 minutes ago. Just type in the United stand, it is our video. Go and give us your thoughts. Speak to you all later. See you for France, Peru.